live Q&A session. So whatever questions you got, like fitness, lifestyle, whatever, just feel free to ask in the chat. I'm Tony. I work full-time as a mechanical engineer. And I've just been a natural bodybuilder my whole entire life. So I made this for you guys. I left a link in the description. It's my lifestyle blueprint. So actually here it is. You can download this for free. It's pretty much, it's got like my must-have fitness tools. So what are my must-have fitness tools? Number one is I love my Fitbit. This thing, I got it for like $100 when it was on sale. Totally love this thing. Fitbit is probably one of the greatest tools ever. You know, it's a fitness trackers, whatever you use, like say like an Apple Watch or like an Android watch, whatever. It doesn't matter. They all really do the same thing. All day heart rate monitoring, counting your steps, tracking your workouts. So Fitbit has been in the game for a while, so that's why I kind of roll with them. And the battery life is clutch, so I'm very minimalistic. So I don't want to have to worry too much about like charging up my phone, especially charging up like this thing. So this thing has like a 7-day battery life. I get maybe like 5 days out of it. It's pretty well. So that's really nice, not needing to worry about it. And then one thing too I want to mention about the fitness trackers is when you track your workouts with them, they can be super inaccurate because these Fitbit trackers, these fitness trackers, they don't take into account like your body composition. They take into account like your weight and your height, BMI, but like what is your actual body composition? That's something you have to get like a good scan for. So like for somebody like me, I'm about 5'9" and 190 pounds. By BMI standard, I'd be overweight. So I don't really trust the numbers too much with what my Fitbit tells me, what I train, when I work out, how many calories I burn. Hey, just like my fake friend says hi. You know what? Fake friends are, yeah, I don't like fake friends either. I always say no friends is better than fake friends. How are you? I'm doing good. I hope you're doing well, just like my friends. Brielle, hi Brielle, Shundrea. What's going on? Hey, thanks for dropping in. Kareem, thanks for dropping in the chat. Appreciate it, guys. I'm just going over my fitness blueprint. Right now, I'm talking about my fitness must-haves. You guys can download this for free in the description below. But I'm just talking about must-have fitness tools. I am not a gamer. I'm not. So you're looking at my rig behind me. I was a gamer, and then college and being married like just totally cut it out. But I was a big gamer back in the day. Like Call of Duty, all the CODs, Halo, RuneScape especially. I'm kind of old. I'm 32, so I love RuneScape. Yeah, I love working out too, Chandrea. You are married, good bro. Yeah, being married is a challenge. That has been a learning experience. But yeah. Hey, I appreciate the chat, guys. The support means a lot. You got this. Thanks, Kareem. Hey, where you guys watching from? I'm in Detroit metro area. I'm in Michigan. So anyway, fitness must-haves. So like the Fitbit is a must. If you have something else like a Apple Watch or whatever, it's all really good. Counting your steps is key. I think getting like 5,000 steps minimum a day is like a must. If you can get 10,000, that's like golden. So Fitbit, Apple Watch, phenomenal. A shout out to Kareem in Canada. Oh, from Colombia. No way, no way. Tú hablo español. Mi hablo español poquito. That's cool, Colombia. You know what? I actually went to Colombia before, like maybe 2 years ago. Beautiful, beautiful country. I've never tasted food so fresh, and like the people, everybody is very nice. and the mountains. The air is like the cleanest air I've ever like breathed in my life. Brielle, like just keep it PG. This is a Christian channel. Like I'll respond to your comments, but just if you could just ask me actual questions. I usually just disregard it. Kareem, yeah, thank you. What's funny is my wife, she is actually Colombian. So she's straight out of Colombia. I've been learning Spanish on Duolingo, and thankfully Spanish isn't too hard of a language like Arabic. So I've been learning a little bit. Yo hablo español poquito. Mi esposa es de Colombia. That's about the extent. Yeah. Yeah. When I went to Colombia, I went on a coffee tour to like a farm plantation. And the coffee plantation was amazing. I saw like a 70-year-old man walking uphill with like a full bucket of concrete, holding it like it was nothing, and just like multiple trips back and forth. I was astounded. I like the people there they just seemed like happy and healthy. One thing too about Colombia I noticed is tons of bikes. So I didn't drive there personally. I just took taxis, but a lot of people had bikes. So nice PC setup. Yeah, thank you. So I'm a mechanical engineer. So actually this is my rig here. So I've got I had this custom built like 2 years ago, and then I've got a triple monitor setup. It is designed for gaming, but I use it for engineering software, which happens to need gaming specs. So could a god simply be a story humans created to explain the unknown? That's a good question, Ben. I've asked the same one myself. It's a good point. Um, but like personally, if you're asking me my belief, I don't think so, because there's like literal proof. If you want me to go into that, I can. In what you work, I'm a mechanical engineer, but I work as a structural engineer. So basically, I just make sure things don't like bend and break under load. That's simply, and we just use software to do that. And the software takes takes a bit of training, but the software has the mechanical engineering principles like built into it. So you just have to know how to like use the software. But the engineering software requires crazy hardware. So that's why you see me have like a rig that looks like a gaming rig, because gaming requires, crazy specs. I don't play Roblox, unfortunately, no. I'm a huge old school RuneScape fan, but right now I just haven't had the time to play it. Hey, thanks for the love, Kareem. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Hey, all love to the Colombians, man. So I've been to Colombia, and like 2 weeks ago, sorry, not 2 weeks ago, like maybe a month ago, I went to Spain. I went to Madrid, and that was cool. I actually just did a whole like vlog about it. Do I have kids? No, not. We don't have kids yet, but me and my wife, we'd like to have a family. Yeah. So yeah, I have a fur baby. I have a little dog. I have a dog, Joy. She's a fur baby, but no kids just yet. I do have two nephews, and I love them like dearly with all my heart. They're two little awesome boys. One's 2 years old. One is like almost 2 months old. But yeah, I wish I had time to game between like full time work, having a mortgage, and a wife, and then I'm trying to do this YouTube thing. It's just very limited time. But if I was to get back into it, I want to play old school RuneScape. I don't know. What do you guys play in the chat? Like, what's everyone playing typically these days? I know Roblox is popular. I see like PUBG, Call of Duty. Like, I used to play Call of Duty back in the day. I played up to MW3, and then I dropped off after that. My whole gaming career kind of stopped like during college. I just had no time, like working, going to school. But I'd like to get back into it. Oh, why did I get into YouTube? So that's a good question. I appreciate it. Honestly, like I've always wanted to, but I want to like help people kind of like get healthy, be better, just to like serve as a better example for people, especially like younger guys. I've always looked for like a fitness Christian, like bodybuilder YouTuber out there, and I'm just like waiting all these years, like, hey, I want like someone to follow like that good example. And I'm not trying to bash like guys like Andrew Tate and all those other guys out there, but like a lot of the bodybuilders, like they don't live realistic lifestyles. And I wanted to show like my lifestyle because I like I'm an engineer, and then I do like natural bodybuilding all my life. And like I still like I'm just typical middle class. I don't have money. I'm just trying to hustle and survive like everybody else. So I just wanted to share like my lifestyle and how I balance it and share it with you guys. Because like I follow bodybuilders. I followed like the bodybuilding industry for a long time. Um, can you peck bounce? Um, yeah, I can. I can. So I followed the bodybuilding industry for like a while, and like most guys, like they don't live like realistic lifestyles of just eating and training all day, and that's your life. Most people have jobs and a mortgage and bills and kids and like a full-time job, and they're just trying to like go to work, come home, you know live their life. So I just wanted to share that lifestyle with you guys. Because as much as I admire like all the awesome bodybuilders, to just like eat and train all day would just be like not realistic. Like I'm sorry, you like I come from a Middle Eastern background too. I'm Arabic, and like um, like my parents were like, okay, doctor, lawyer, engineer, like pick. All right, just responding to the comments here. My brother has a dog named Boone. Okay, nice name. Winnie the Pooh is over here barking. Okay, Winnie the Pooh. Watch Tommy, is it? Watch Tome, is it in there where you are? Watch Wath Tome. I don't. What's the question, Kareem? I'm sorry, I'm not understanding it. My. Oh. Yeah. The time. 7:46. Yeah. I'm in Michigan, so it's Eastern time. Yeah, Eastern time. Yeah, I have, so it's so weird. Like, I have family literally all over the globe. I've got family I have extended family in Palestine. I've got extended family in Canada. I've got part of my wife's family in Colombia, and her family in Spain. And I've got like some family in like Poland. It's all over the place. I'm just like I come from like a family of immigrants. It's so crazy. But most of my family, they live over in Palestine. It's past midnight here in the UK. Hey, shout out to Deputy Frank Garrett. Hey, guys, really thank you for blowing up the comments. I appreciate it. Yeah, Kareem, I think you're the same, because I think like in Canada, like I don't know, Canada's a huge, huge country, but I don't know where you are, like Montreal or Quebec or Windsor. But yeah, you would be in like the same time zone as over here. Yeah. Yeah, when I went to Spain, oh my gosh, the 6 hour time zone was a killer. It took me like 4 days to like adjust because they're 6 hours ahead. It was brutal. So I'd go to Spain and just like, wake up in the middle of the night or whatever. And then by the time I adjusted to the time zone and got comfortable, I went there for like maybe 10 days. I had to go back. Okay, you're in Ottawa for a school trip. Okay, nice, nice. Hey, hope it's having a good trip. Okay, my English, because I am bad in English for my. Hey, no worries, man. Honestly, like it's a lot. Props to you guys who don't have English as your first language. but still can speak and articulate what you're saying, like that's okay. I'm used to it. Like my wife is from Colombia, and she makes like she makes errors all the time with her speech, with her like writing. So it's totally like it's all good. Most of my family are all immigrants. So even if they speak a little bit of English, it's still great. So no worries, Kareem. I appreciate the comments. And two, like I speak a little bit of Spanish. If I struggle with Spanish, like at the end of the day, like I'll just use Google Translate, and I'll try and articulate what I'm saying. And two, like I'm gonna be real, like just having family like throughout the globe and wherever, like you can really communicate anything to anybody with just hand waving. Like most people understand hand waving and stuff. And so like that's kind of how I get by. You don't have to speak perfect English or perfect whatever. People will understand like if you communicate like good enough. So yeah, it's all good. Um, okay, back to I'll just keep going with the blueprint. But as soon as you guys roll in with comments, I'll respond to them. But basically, anyway, next up on the must-have fitness tools, I use a food scale. Food scale is really critical. Reason being is like I think about my like okay, think about the human body like a car, right? Imagine you didn't know how much gas to fill in your car, right? You didn't have a concept of like how many gallons should go in the tank, right? So same thing for like human beings. So I use the food scale with the calorie tracking app, and that allows me to like make sure that I stick to my budget. So same thing when you have a budget for, dollars, for a month, however much you make. Same thing with the calorie counting. I'll be 32 this month in 2 days. So 32 years old, which means I'll be starting my 33rd year. So technically I'm 32 or 33. But anyway, I use the food scale. I know I try to stick to my budget. Like budget with finances, budget with everything is like really important. So I use that. And a quick story, since I have been like logging my food, let me show you guys my phone real quick. I use MyFitnessPal. There's a ton of apps out there, but let's see. So I've been logging. So here's MyFitnessPal. I've been logging all my food for 306 days. I've lost 31 pounds since I've been doing that. I used to be really, really overweight. Happy birthday. Hey, thank you, Kareem. I appreciate it. Hey, don't worry if you're in school. Hey, it's totally all right. I spent most of my life in school, which is crazy. I'm 32. But I went to, okay, quick story. I went to community college. So after high school, I had no clue what to study. I had no idea. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what to do with my life. I was horrible at school academically all my life. And then I went to community college for 3 years because that's what people do when they don't know. Because community college is cheap, right? And then after 3 years in community college, I decided on mechanical engineering. I had a really cool friend. Still remember his name, Ajay. But Ajay told me, he's like, bro, like, why don't you do mechanical engineering? And I'm like, I don't know, bro. I can't do the math. The math is way too hard. So I was like, you know what? Somebody motivated me at the time, a friend who's been through the whole program. And he said, don't look at the end, Tony. Don't look at the end result. Just like you don't work up to advanced math like your first semester. You slowly build up to that. And I should have known that, because I was always like, bodybuilding, and bodybuilding's a slow, it's a slow, it's very slow, right? And you slowly build up to higher weight, and you slowly build up your strength. So anyway, I did mechanical engineering. That was brutally hard, I won't lie. And then I finished that. I graduated, and then I worked for a company for like 3 years, and then I jumped into my master's degree. So I was. I need to go to. Oh yeah. Hey, good night, Kareem. Hey, God bless, and all love, brother. Hey, God bless. Appreciate the comments, man, and nice work on your English. Hey, feel free to subscribe. Hey, bro, like anytime if you want to send me a message, you can send me an email or whatever if you have questions on like fitness, lifestyle, or whatever. But I'm gonna try and do these live streams way more often. Appreciate it, Kareem. So anyway, to the story of like school, but anyway, started working for a company. 3 years in, they had a master's program where they'll pay for it. So I did that, and I started the program. It took me 5 years to finish it because I'm working full time. I got delayed, got married. I bought this condo, which was, really hard, but I finished school basically this year. So when I was 30 years old, from literally like, I think preschool or something, from preschool or kindergarten, I've been in school until I was 30 years old, which is insane. So I feel with you guys out there who are like feeling like their whole life is in school. But it is what it is, Middle Eastern parents have high expectations. I know that. So anyway, I finished school. Now I want to kind of just do YouTube full time, which is hilarious. But it's always been my dream. All right, so I don't know if anyone's in the chat, but like I'm going through my fitness blueprint like one by one. So I was just talking about the food scale. I really like using it. I love my food scale because, sorry. Because it just allows me to track food, and make sure I'm staying within my caloric budget. And two, I'll eat really whatever I want, but I just stay in that budget, and I make sure to get enough protein. Hold on, let me turn my PC back on. Oh. All right, so next thing up is the calorie tracking app. So I use MyFitnessPal. I really like MyFitnessPal. It's a great app. It's been in the game for like almost 20 years, and I'm used to using it. So I just use that, and it has a huge database of food and a lot of tools. I've tried other calorie tracking apps like Calorie Counted or whatever, and I like MyFitnessPal the most. I pay for the premium version, which is like $80 a year, and I really like it. I have a lot of value. I lost 31 pounds just tracking and logging my meals and just budgeting. I was 30 plus pounds overweight because I was just stress eating for school, working full time. I just had so much pressure on my shoulders, with work and school. And all throughout that time too, like life still happens. And stress is real. Stress is real. And I noticed too, like as I've aged, I've noticed like my body likes to store fat around my waist. So, I've worked really hard to lose that weight, to get it off. But the calorie tracking has made that possible and really has made my fitness goals so much more achievable. It is a pain in the butt. It is a commitment, but it is a good thing, And like, I'll never just pick up something and snack on it, because I've been calorie tracking for like almost a year now, and it just like, I'm always like, if I want to eat anything, it's got to pass through the scale. It's got to fit in the budget. So if I don't have so I just basically just won't eat if I'm too lazy to track or I don't have enough calories. Let me grab a sip of water. Been talking for a while. Do you guys have any questions in the chat? Anything? I don't know if you guys see I got a Vegeta Super Saiyan Blue, like action figure in the back. Huge Dragon Ball Z fan. I was that generation that grew up with it. Love Dragon Ball Z. Just seeing guys who are just super jacked, just fight and train day and night. Goku, I think Goku's awesome, and Vegeta. But yeah, huge Dragon Ball Z fan. I really like Baki as well. I think Baki's lit. I just kind of have always been attracted to like the animes that have just the big buff jack guys. Baki is one of the newer ones. All the guys in Baki are so like overly jacked. It is just outrageous. Like even more than Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is like, the guys are pretty freaking jacked. But like Baki is on like another level. And what I like about Baki is some of the characters are inspired by like bodybuilders, like Biscuit Olivia, who's like inspired off of Sergio Olivia, who's a bodybuilder. He passed away some time ago. But yeah. So yeah, if you're in the chat, drop a comment. So right now I'm going through this My Fitness Blueprint. All right, so I went through the Fitbit, the must-have fitness tools, which was my Fitbit, my food scale, and my calorie tracking app. So those are the 3 must-have fitness tools I think are necessary. Okay, on to the next part of this. By the way, if you guys want this, you can download it for free. It's in the link below in the description. So for faith and mental health, this is really important. Daily prayer is a must in scripture. So there's a couple apps that I use for that. So there's a Bible app called Icon, and these are all linked in the description below as well, and on the Fitness Blueprint. So basically, the Icon app is like the Orthodox calendar. So I'm an Orthodox Christian, and there's something in there called Prologue of Ohrid. Prologue of Ohrid, I believe, was written by like a Russian bishop. But it's a daily devotional reading for every day of the year. And you can read about the martyrs and all the different saints. And it's just really eye-opening and inspiring to read about all the people who've died for the faith. So I really like the Icon app. I'll actually show it to you guys here. Hey, if you're in the chat, drop a comment. If you got any questions on anything or whatever, you can ask me fitness questions or you can ask me personal questions, whatever. I'm good with whatever. So I feel like when there's no one in here, it's like, who do I talk to? Am I talking to myself? All right. Okay, so I was just going through the Fitness Blueprint for faith and mental health. What do I use? Talking about the Icon app, where it's got daily devotional readings in it. The Orthodox Study Bible. That's another must-have tool. I don't have it with me; it's downstairs. But Orthodox Study Bible (OSB). That's a really good one. Reason being is I think it's important that we read the Bible through the lens of the church. So it's anyone who just kind of like picks up and reads the Bible without like, safety rails, like it's easy to misinterpret things. So that's why I use the Orthodox Study Bible, because I want to make sure I understand scripture through the lens of the church. So like a lot of, I'm not going to get too much into this, but like the Protestant Reformation from Martin Luther, there doesn't seem to be any agreement on what scripture says. So I believe the true faith is the Orthodox faith. The true church the way. So when you read the New Testament, the way that Paul describes is the Orthodox faith. So anyway, and then I use the Red Prayer Book. So the Red Prayer Book is just it's an app that I use. There's actually literally a red book, but I'll show it to you guys. So this is the Faith Red Prayer Book, and it's got morning prayers, evening prayers. You can just like have this on your phone, and you can bust it out in the morning or at night or however many times you want during the day. So that's another option. So faith is like key. Faith should circle the whole life wheel. Another thing too is intentional resting. So taking active rest days. This is something that that I noticed the culture here in the US doesn't really follow, is like active rest days, so like Sunday, you should always have like one dedicated day at least per week where you like actively like don't do anything. So it's important to slow down, rest, reset, and just kind of like reflect as well. It's healthy to rest, right? We don't want to just keep burning out, right? We're not robots. We are human beings and we require some rest. So, America is like super, super in deep with hustle culture, almost to a point where like with me personally, I'll just say with hustle culture, it's been so ingrained in me to a point where like if I'm sitting and I'm not like being productive, I feel terrible about myself. And it's taken me a long time to like undo that programming. And my wife too, she tells me like, Tony, you need to rest. You can't just keep working nonstop. And I'm a workaholic, and it's a problem. It's not good. It's not healthy for like mental and physical health. So like hustle culture in America, really big problem. It just leads to burnout, and it's just not healthy. So what do I do to do that? Intentional rest days. What is intentional rest day? Well, like picking a day of the week, like Sunday is perfect. Sunday, just go to church. And then after church, I'll visit my grandma. She'll always have some bomb food to eat. That's why I take my food scale and track my calories when I go there, because I won't lose weight. I'll probably ruin my whole calorie deficit I have had for the week at grandma's house. But yeah, taking intentional rest days is really important. And to like rest evenings, because like I'll go to work is 9-10 hours. And then I'll get home, I'll work out for like an hour, and by the time I eat dinner, shower, pack my lunch for the next day, it's like 8:30, 9 o'clock, right? And it's just like, okay, go to bed, repeat all over again. Plus doing the YouTube channel, of course, is another thing. But yeah, so like intentional rest days are really important. The whole no days off like mindset is trash. Like it's just so stupid. Like you're just gonna burn out. Like, hey, like work is always gonna be there, but like you only have one family. So like take care of it. Like take care of your marriage, take care of your relationships. Like, I'm gonna get real here, but like, guys, like, okay, I'm a married man, and I look at like, I'm 32. I've seen a lot of divorces, like in my age, and I'm not old. You might think I'm old, but like being divorced, in your late 20s or early 30s or mid 30s, like sucks. It ruins your life. It's an explosion that goes off. There's resentment, there's bitterness, the families, there's drama, there's financial disaster. Like 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 a divorce lawyer, like these lawyers charge astronomical amounts. The point I'm trying to make is like you want to focus on your relationships, like keep them, maintain them. So if you're a married guy, like work on your marriage. That is a priority. So like spend time with your wife, spend time with your spouse. Just really important, because you only have one marriage. And like in my Christian faith, in my Orthodox faith, like you get married once and that's it. Like divorce, like there are reasons you can get divorced, but like you shouldn't. You should avoid it at all costs. So marriage is a serious thing. So like take care of relationships, put boundaries on your work. Simple, put boundaries. I'll just give real examples. So like for me, I work full time as an engineer. My company constantly, if you give them one finger, they will take the whole hand. So like I've been at my same company for 7 years. And like all throughout the years, they're like, oh, we need overtime. We need overtime. We need overtime. And I'm just like, no, like, no, I'm not working overtime. Like, for what? For what, bro? Like, for what? To meet quarterly goals and make investors happy? Like, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm working my 40 hours and I'm out. If I have to work more, then hire more people or like, I don't know, like working more and more hours doesn't lead to like more output. Like there are studies there and you can take my word for it or you can don't take my word for it, but like look it up. But like honestly, just with yourself, can you actually work 8 hours straight, dead focused, high energy the whole time? I can't. I'll tell you what I can do. Honestly, I get about 4 hours, five max. Like after 5 hours of deep work, my brain is a squeezed rag. You know, it's like I can't go to the gym, I can't go bodybuild and expect to work out like, 3 or 4 hours more and be like, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to make more gains. It's like, no, I'm just going to like kill myself. So like, no, active rest is really, really, really important. That's one point. So intentional rest days, just slow down. One thing I really like about my Fitbit is it's got like mindfulness, like mindful days. So if I open up the app, all right, who do we got in the chat? Anyway, so back to the Fitbit app, but it's got like, what is it here? So it's got like mindful days and stress management stuff, tools. So let's see. So you can like input your mood into the app, right? So like today, for example, like, okay, so right now, how am I feeling, right? I can put these different options like very calm, stressed, very stressed. Right now, I would say I'm a little stressed because it's a little nerve wracking to be on the live stream. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that. And it's just got like nice tools. The fitness tracking is really nice. There's a lot of good tools in there. I think Apple also has their own. All right, so we'll keep it going for a couple more minutes. Keep it going for a couple more minutes, and then I'll end the stream. You guys have any questions for me? Is there anyone in the chat? Anyone saying anything? All right, let's see who the top fans are. Okay, we've got top fans. Let's see. We've got Chandrea. We've got Kareem, Deputy, Wet Fart, and Brielle. Cool. All right, lit. Okay, let's see. So make sure the stream isn't like freezing up. Okay. All right, that's so funny. I'm like just checking to make sure there's no connection drops. So right now I am I'm just going through my To the Skies lifestyle blueprint. So I just talking about active resting. And I think fellowship and connection. This is one thing that I really lack in with friends. I do spend a lot of time with my family, but just spending time with family and friends and the church community is really important. So there's ways you can do this. So for me, I spend a lot of time with my family, and then with the church community, like every Sunday at church. After church, I'll just go to the coffee hour and hang out for like 30 to 45 minutes, talk to whoever. Fellowship and connection is really nice. You can just make sure you do that every single week at church. Stay after for the coffee hour, have some coffee, talk to some people, talk to some of the elders. I always love doing that. I really prioritize my family. I love my family so much. I love my wife. I love my dog. I've got 2 nephews that I love to spend time with. Love them dearly. So I spend a lot of time with family. I'm Arabic Middle Eastern, so like family has always been a priority. I've learned that from a child that family is everything. Kind of like how like imagine like The Godfather, where family's everything. Like that's how it is with the Middle Eastern. So for me, I always knew that was a priority. And two, if you look at like other like immigrant cultures, like I'll just say Middle Eastern especially, it's very family oriented. So like one like quick story. So um, like I've been offered like promotions and deals, just to move up the ladder in my corporate job. And honestly, I just deny all of them. Why? Because I read something in a book once, um, a long time ago, and it always stuck with me. What did I read? Well, the more successful that you become in a company, the less free time you have outside of it. When I read that, it really stuck. I think it was in like Cash Flow Quadrant or one of those books by Robert Kiyosaki. But basically, it's like my family is priority. So the last thing I want is to just be a manager in some corporation where now they need all my time and all my energy. And two, like I just observe the people who are 30 or 40 years ahead of me. And it's like, do I actually want to be these people? Do I want to be these people? Do I look up to them? Would I trade places with them? Would I trade places with the CEO? For me, the answer is no. No. Heck no. No way. I just wouldn't. And, I love to work just my 40 hours and then just dip out, skedaddle and then go home to my wife, my home gym, and do things I love. And I'm happy. And to I don't know, I get paid well, and there's yearly bonuses and pay increases. And like honestly, for me, I don't care what position you give me. I'd rather be at the bottom, and really all I care about is just like getting paid more money. But do I want more responsibility? No, because that's just going to lead to more time I need to spend working. Into I'll tell you a secret. Like I'm taking some time off work. I've been going hard working and school and everything like the last 10 years, and I really need a break. So I decided to take like an intentional rest period of 2 months. So I took some time off. So I go back to work December 1st. And that was like active, intentional resting that I want to take for myself. Because I've just been going hard for like the last decade, with work and school and college, and I haven't had 2 months off since high school. And I'm 32, and high school was a long time ago. I graduated high school in 2011. So I started in '07. Man, the time goes by so fast. The time really just goes quick. I feel like after high school, the time just like the time just started to go by like really, really quick. It's pretty nuts. Okay, doesn't seem like we're getting anybody in the chats. Yeah. What's going on, guys? So I'm doing a fitness Q&A live questions. If you got questions, drop them in the chat. I was just kind of like shooting the crap and talking about whatever, but I was going over this fitness blueprint, and basically you can download this for free. Link is in the description below. It's got my must-have fitness tools. This is basically like a culmination, a one-pager of everything I do. And the reason why I think this is valuable to you is because I'm a typical middle-class worker bee. So like I try to live balanced and try to live healthy while just being typical working class American. And this is a culmination of all my life experience into one sheet, and it's for you. You can download it for free. Okay, what is my strength training routine? I train 3 to 4 days a week. That's really it. I'll train sometimes 5 or 6, but basically like 2 days upper and 2 days lower. That's really it. And I focus on compound lifts. So I use my home gym. I've been to commercial gyms for like years, but I don't like I don't like commercial gyms anymore. I'm just married. I work full time. I've got so many things on my plate right now. So a home gym is like perfect convenience. And really, it doesn't matter. Just going to a gym, working out, whatever you have, consistency is key. So yeah, upper body, 2 days. So I'll do one push day and then one pull day. The push day is just chest, shoulders, and triceps. Compound lifts, so I'll do like incline bench, flat bench, or decline. And then I'll do shoulder presses, and then I'll do triceps. And shoulders, I'll try and do dips. Dips are phenomenal for triceps, and shoulders. So and chest. So it's a really good compound workout. And then on my pull day, I'll do back. Back is just like a bunch of pull-ups, lat pull downs, and rows. And then I'll train some biceps. So I think it's really important, to have a balanced upper body. And as a guy, like I think all men should have like big arms. Personally, like that's my belief. But that's where that's where my ideology comes from. So I'll show you guys this. So this is Vegeta. I have a Vegeta action figure. Just look at those quads and look at those arms. So this is Vegeta Super Saiyan Blue. or I think it's like Super Saiyan God or something. But yeah, Super Saiyan Blue, which is higher than Super Saiyan God, the red form at least. So a lot of my bodybuilding inspiration comes from like anime, Dragon Ball Z, and two comes from like I seen Arnold back in the day, and to like guys like Mike Menser. This dude is awesome. A lot of my workouts are based off of his ideology, which is heavy duty. Basically, like I follow what he teaches to a certain extent, but I kind of like mix it up with my own uh, like training routine. But basically, like just training till failure and doing high intensity and like going all the way like on the negative, just going super slow and getting like maximum muscle stimulation and like micro tears in the muscles. So that's kind of it. So back to this thing. Let's see, lower body 2 days a week. So I trained legs today. I actually live streamed the whole workout this morning, but I'll just do like squat, deadlift, and lunge, and then I'll also do like some leg extensions, and then I'll train some calves. So I got baby calves, as you can tell from my videos. So that's really it, and I try to keep every workout like, you know, um, inside of an hour. You know, being married, being busy again. I always say I have a wife and a mortgage, so I don't have too much time and a full time job. So that's really it. 2 days upper body and 2 days lower body. So that's all I think you guys can see it right here. My strength training routine. Okay, so these are just like typical daily must do habits. Ooh. So my daily must do habits are connecting with family. So when I mean family, I literally just mean like my immediate family, which is my wife and my dog at this current moment. So we always have dinner together. We always share meals together. So like, you know, just sitting and talking to my spouse, to my wife, going on a walk. We always go on, we go on walks as much as we can when I get home from work, because it just relaxes me. It recenters me, especially like coming from work. I'm just like tired. My brain feels like a million pounds, and I just like to walk and talk with my wife. And two, I have a pit bull. I have a dog named Joy. Let's see if I got a picture of my dog here. I'll show you guys. Anyway, so like just some daily must-do habits. So connect with family, sharing meals, talking, walking, spending time together, having dinner together, especially after a long day. Um, I try and do this as much as I can, but like morning and evening prayers are really important, especially like Orthodox faith. So doing the morning prayers, even if it's just like for 5 minutes, but just showing up and doing those prayers is really important. And then the evening prayers as well. I mentioned that I use the Red Prayer Book, my app. And then before meals, always before meals, I always make the sign of the Trinity, like over my food, over my groceries. Um, and also like getting ready with intention. So like hygiene, skincare. What do I do for hygiene and skincare? Um, Sorry, I'm starting to get tired, and there's nobody in the in the comments saying anything. No, no engagement. Feel like I'm just talking to myself. All right, if you like Dragon Ball Z, drop a comment. All right, yeah, so right now, if you're curious, like what's going on in the background, I am editing a video. I did a grocery haul today at Aldi. Man, inflation right now is crazy. Coffee is so expensive. My gosh. I like this Peruvian blend of coffee from Costco. And it was like $5 a pound. And then now it's like, I think it's almost, it's like $8 a pound now. It's just outrageously expensive. So crazy. All right, guys, once this live stream hits an hour, I'm going to check out because I'm tired. And it seems like kind of the traffic died down a little bit. Oh, that's cool. Let's see. All right, guys, what's your favorite anime? Mine is obviously Dragon Ball Z. I'll say Dragon Ball, the whole Dragon Ball Super. This is my my Vegeta Super Saiyan Blue. This dude's a beast. Um, I like Vegeta. He's kind of has always been like the most grumpy character ever. It's funny. There's an Arabic word for grumpy. It's called aicher, or for all the Spanish speakers out there, arrecho. But yeah, I love Vegeta. Love the Super Saiyan Blue. I think that's awesome. I would have loved to see like Vegeta in like Super Saiyan 3 form. But so for me, I like Dragon Ball and um, and Baki. Baki's huge. I like Baki. Baki's newer though, but I do like Baki. Yeah, yeah. This is a really cool action figure. Here, just up close. Yeah, we got one person in the stream. What's going on? Drop a comment. What's your favorite anime? And two, if you have any like fitness or lifestyle questions, or if you just want to ask me like any random questions at all, I'm cool with that too. Okay, let me do a let's do a poll here. Let's see. Wow, I love how that's blocking half of my head. All right, I think traffic's dead. All right, I'm gonna sign off. Hey guys, thanks for being in the live stream. All love, all love. See you guys. Bye bye.